This is the map of Cyprus. 20th century started off with Cyprus being a part of the Ottoman Empire. I don't know. I looked it up on YouTube and saw Canvas Countryballs' episode on the history of Cyprus from 1900 to 2022. Also looked it up on Google, but instead of actually giving me the answer to what happened to Cyprus in the early 20th century, whether they were independent or not, who owned them before the year 1914, it just kept saying, oh, Britain had occupied Cyprus in 1870. I already know that. I want to find the answer to the question that I just asked. You see what I mean when I say that Google can be stupid sometimes? Yeah, it can be also dumb that I'm making a history video around a certain country, but I don't know the answer to the question of whichever part happened, whatever, blah blah blah, in a certain part of the timeline. Yeah, stupid, I know. At the start of World War I, the British annexed Cyprus, and for some reason it was still annexed by the British even after World War I, and in 1925 it became an individual British colony. And no, when I said individual, I didn't mean it became independent and also became a British colony, otherwise that would have made no logical sense. Although Turkish rule was finally over, life with British rule in Cyprus, it still wasn't sunshine and rainbows. So that's why there was a Cyprus revolt where the rebels were, rebelling against British rule, like I said before, similar to that with the Hungarian Revolution in the Hungary episode, you guys remember? The Hungarians did not like it being under a communist nation, and they also did not like the Warsaw Pact either. So this resulted in the 1956 Hungarian Revolution, where the Hungarians were... Yeah, I can agree. Life living in a country led by a bunch of people who probably never even went to the orthodontist in their life, it does kind of suck. But anyways, my point is, they were totally against the British rule, and then after the defeat of the rebels, there was some autocratic British rule called Parliamentocracy, which would follow until World War II was a big... Wait a second. Is that Uzi's... In 1950, Makarios III became Archbishop of the country, and in 1956 there was the Cyprus Emergency, which was the sequel to the Cyprus Revolt from 1931. The same thing happened, just a bunch of Cypriots who were really tired of the British being in charge of their country. Thanks to the Cyprus Emergency, the British abducted Makarios III, and he was kept in the Seychelles for over a year. In 1959, there were some London and Zurich agreements, and on August 16th, 1960, Cyprus finally gained its independence. That's great.
I'm an angsty, rebellious disassembly drone now.
What sucks though, is that the 60s, same decade that the country gained its independence, was going to be the only peaceful decade before something else would happen. In 1974. In 1974, a conflict between the Greeks and the Turks broke out, revolving around who Cyprus belongs to, which resulted in the one creating the one buffer zone, which split the island into two, one for the Greeks and one for the Turks. Alright, we good now? No. Enosis, I don't believe in it. Oh yeah? Well, why don't you go shove Taksim, which for some reason there is actually a bunch of wannabe Turkish people from Cyprus that believe in, up your anus. Wait, that's actually true? They exist? Yeah. Oh my god. What the hell, bro? Yeah, maybe Sharkblocks, while he still had that urban exploring channel, which has a name that has a shorter name called Urbex, he probably should have gone there and then explored Nicosia International, which was abandoned after this conflict. Because he said before in his latest storytime video that he is fascinated with abandoned buildings. By the way, you should check out Sharkbox's channel. He is a legend. He's also my favorite YouTuber. Also forgot to mention that after this conflict, there were some British exclaves, that being Dekelia and Akrotiri. In 1983, the Turkish Republic of Northern Cyprus was created, but the problem for Turkey, who created the country, was that it was the only country that actually recognized the country as an actual country. And according to everybody else, it's all one country. Except for the British exclaves that I mentioned before, Dekelia and Akrotiri. Nothing happened in the 90s, but in 2004, Cyprus joined the European Union, and in 2008, it replaced its old Cypriot pound currency with the euro. Today, around 4 million tourists visit Cyprus each year. According to Google, from this screenshot that I took, it looks like Greece is financially stable. Also, you guys remember when I used to say the economy is stable, or I don't know, has a stable economy in my Hungary and Austria episode? I still can't remember if I also said the same thing about the economy of Australia in my Australia episode. Australia's economy is doing perfectly fine. Nope, that's where it changed. But anyways, the funny part about Cyprus is that its tallest mountain, Mount Olympus, no, I'm not talking about Mount Olympus in Greece, but Mount Olympus in Cyprus, it's got the same name as Mount Olympus in Greece. Overall, the Greeks are actually fine with the Cypriots having their tallest mountain having the same name as the Greeks' tallest mountain. And next up is Latvia, so stay tuned by liking the video so that you can see more of my content while you wait for the next episode, or better, by subscribing. Not only is it a benefit for me, but it is also a benefit for you as a viewer, so you don't miss it on every video that I make. And before I end this video, I just want to say that I've been meaning to cover the Baltics for like ages. And finally, my dream is about to come true. But anyways, for real, Dovi Jane.